They called it World War III. But for her, it wasn't a war. It was the day her family vanished, the day her home turned to ash, and the day she began walking with nothing but a silver locket in her hand. Mira was the last one standing on a road where nothing lived anymore. Her shoes were torn, her face streaked with ash and grief. She clutched something tightly to her chest, the only thing left that still mattered. And if you asked her how she survived World War III, she wouldn't say it was strength or luck. She would say it was because of one promise. 2 years ago, she was just an ordinary girl, a school teacher, living in a quiet border town. She spent her days correcting math homework, sipping chai on her porch, dreaming about traveling the world. She had parents who adored her, a younger brother who annoyed her constantly, and a fiancé who kissed her forehead every morning before heading to work. Life was simple. It wasn't perfect, but it was enough. Then came the day the sirens never stopped. At first, no one believed the rumors that 2 major powers had clashed, that missiles were spotted in the sky, that underground shelters were being flooded with elites while the rest of the world was left outside. Mira remembered exactly when it began. The day was too quiet. Even the birds were gone. She was at school, and her students were restless. Then came the announcement. Evacuate immediately. This is not a drill. And that's when the first bomb hit. Not near her city, but close enough that the sky changed color. She grabbed what she could. She ran home. Her parents had already left her a note. We're going to the shelter. Find your brother. Go. She never found her brother. What followed was not one moment of disaster, but months of unraveling. No internet, no government, no electricity, just fire, hunger, and silence. The world hadn't ended in one blow. It died, slowly. She found shelter in abandoned houses, walked at night to avoid soldiers, learned which roads were mined, and which villages would kill you for a slice of bread. She stopped looking in mirrors. The girl she used to be was already gone. But she held on to one thing, a small silver locket. It had a photo, tiny, faded, of her family. Her mother, father, brother, and her, all smiling in a time that now felt like fiction. Inside the locket was a folded note. Come back, no matter what. We'll wait. It was written in her mother's handwriting, and it became her compass. One night, while crossing what used to be a field, she found an injured boy, maybe 10 years old. He was crying, clutching his stomach, blood soaking through his shirt. She could have walked away. Many would have. Food was low. Danger was everywhere. But she remembered her brother. So she carried the boy on her back for 17 miles until she found a group of refugees who helped. They asked her name. She didn't say it, because saying her name meant remembering who she was, and remembering hurt too much. Weeks later, word spread. They're rebuilding. A place in the north, safe zone, fresh water, people. It could be a lie, she thought, but it was a direction, and that was enough. On her way, she passed cities that looked like skeletons. She saw graffiti that said, "Hope is dead." She saw men with empty eyes selling medicine for bullets. She saw women burying their children in the snow. And still she walked. She nearly died twice, once from infection, once from a soldier who thought she was a spy, but both times she survived, not because she was brave, but because she had something others didn't, a reason. On day 147, she arrived. The safe zone was real, not perfect, but real. Tents, medical tents, children laughing, people planting food, guards who didn't shoot. It felt like a different planet. She collapsed at the gates. They took her in. She slept for 2 days. When she finally woke up, Someone handed her warm food, real food. She cried for the first time in months. A woman asked her name. "Mira," she whispered. The woman blinked, then left the tent. Moments later, an old man and woman entered. Mira froze. It was her parents, thinner, older, but alive. They didn't speak at first. They just held her. And Mira, for the first time in 147 days, let go of the locket. She didn't need it anymore. The promise had been kept. But that's not the end. 3 years later, Mira tells her story to children born after the war. She tells them not about bombs, but about choices. How kindness is a weapon. How carrying someone else can save you. How surviving is not the same as living. She keeps the locket in a glass box now. It's cracked, weathered, but still whole, just like her. And if you ask her what kept her alive, she won't say strength or luck. She'll say, "One thing, just one thing I refused to lose."